Hey, how you doing? This is Sax DMA of Sea CMOS, and I wanted to put together a little tutorial of CMOS 101 for everybody. There's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of false information out there about CMOS. There's a lot of blanket statements that a lot of people make. They just get a little bit of information and they just run with it. And that's because there's not a lot of research in laboratories done for CMOS, so it's not really, it's not FDA approved, it's not, proven to have these medicinal benefits or anything like that, even though for generations and generations and generations people have used it for health benefits, right? One of the most common things you hear is like, oh, it's got 92 minerals of the 102 minerals that your body needs. It is true that your body needs 102 minerals per day, and I've found in the 2 years of research that I've been doing on CMOS, now I've been consuming CMOS for 20 years, and the last 2 years I've gotten really serious about it, and I've spoken to dozens and dozens of divers all over the planet, a lot of sellers, a lot of wholesalers, and the one blanket statement is that, there's 92, each tablespoon, or 2 tablespoons gives you 92 minerals of the 102 minerals that you need per day. Well, I'm finding out through my research that every different type of CMOS, it's kind of like marijuana. There's different strains of marijuana. There's definitely different strains and qualities of CMOS. I got 6 of them right here, and I'd like to review them with you. The first one we're going to go over is a St. Lucian. The St. Lucian is a CMOS. Now, let's talk about the ways that they're grown. There's a couple ways that you could grow CMOS, and the most undesirable method of growing CMOS is in a pool. It's just gross, disgusting, it's frowned upon. It's like farmed fish as opposed to wild fish. So we just don't even have to talk about that. We just want to stay away from that altogether. Okay. The second type of method of growing CMOS is on a rope. Now, people might have heard that, but what does that actually mean? So what happens in the ocean? They will string up long lengths of rope, much like on high tension or electric cables here in America and in the States, where you have electric cables going from pole to pole. Underneath the ocean, from pole to pole, will be long lengths of rope. And they actually grow them on that rope. And what that kind of, the St. Lucian here, take a look at this, pull some of this out right here. Okay, what we have here is a St. Lucian. Overhead shot, please. I've been purchasing this for almost over a decade now. And like I said, I'm not knocking any of these CMOSs. I am telling you that some are better than others. This one worked very well for me. I've mentioned it many times. This helped me get some of my issues solved. I suffered from plantar fasciitis for a long time, and the CMOS right here, with the way I've blended it, processed it, cured me the same day. I have never had the issue since, right? And you can see that it's like kind of rubbery. The color is uniform. It's very uniform colors, not like a lot of deviation in the color. And that's what definitely tells me that it was rope grown, right? Rope grown CMOS. Good quality CMOS, nothing wrong with it, but I do feel that there's better stuff out there. Another thing you'll notice is that I'm wearing gloves, because this salt on each of these is really high concentrated salt. It's it burns my fingers at times. So I'm going to take that as a good sign from authentic CMOS from the ocean. Now, I'm not trying to put these sellers on blast or anything like that, but if you do want to pursue it, you're going to figure it out for yourself. This next one was sold to me as Golden Condors, and it's really brittle. The smell smells a little funky. It doesn't really smell that pleasing. It kind of smells maybe a little stale. I don't know if this is stale stuff or not, But as we take it out here, it's a little bit more brittle. Right here. And it's in a leafy type of structure. Overhead shot, please. Okay, this is the Chondrus. The smell doesn't really hit me. It's not very pleasing. It's very stale feeling. It feels very stale, very brittle. I know it's more leafy than the previous sea mosses and the other sea mosses, which are rather stringy. This is the leaf. I know that there's, this does grow. It's a different type. And sea mosses grow at different levels in the ocean as well. There's shallow sea mosses and there's deeper sea mosses as well. But once again, because I don't see any rocks on here and because of the uniform color, and there's not even a lot of salt on this one, I'm tempted to believe that I'm leaning towards that this is also rope grown. Nothing special here. To be honest with you, I haven't even made this one yet. I will make it one day, but I'm not really feeling very confident that that's anything superior on the table that we have right here. All right, and once again, there's no salt coming off of this. It's just dry seaweed, which kind of tends to make me believe that there's something up with this. That I'm not really too passionate about this. I'm not too happy about this type of seaweed right here. It looks like it's kind of lacking a lot of stuff from smell to texture to even salt content coming from the ocean, right? I'm not under the impression that this is full grown, but this one right here is just not one of my favorites. Okay, next on the list is this beauty from Tanzania. It's another Condorus, right? And the smell, my God. I might be in love with the smell of this one the most. And this one comes from Tanzania. As you can see, it feels fresh, it feels spongy, right? Now, if I was to handle this without gloves on, it would definitely burn my fingers. Guaranteed, 100%. Okay, let's get an overhead shot of this, please. I'm gonna be honest, when I first got this, I was hyper excited. The salt was burning my fingers. Oh my God, the smell, it just smells like life. This is an amazing feeling, an amazing smelling sea moss. You can see the salt on it right here. Slight deviation in color, but not much. But you know what? I was very disappointed searching it. I did not find any rocks, and we're going to get to that in the next three, and which lends me to believe that this is also rope grown. And another thing about this one, it feels a little spongy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just makes it under the impression that it is fresh. But whenever I made it, my Plankton fasciatus came back. It wouldn't gel up. It remained globular. It was like a glob. It wouldn't turn into a gel. And it was very, very strange. I've never experienced any sea moss like that to exhibit behavior like that before. And the people, my customers, they weren't giving me some real anything new or any exciting feedback. And matter of fact, they preferred the other stuff prior to this one. So I went back to the St. Lucian. But good Lord, the smell is just amazing. Once again, it's a Tanzanian. Very good. Okay. Let's put that back in the jar here. I gotta be honest with you, whenever I made this, the benefits that I had and the feedback I had gotten back from my people wasn't that great. I'm not saying that these other ones are bad. I had great success with the St. Lucian. The very first one, my plantar fasciitis, was gone the same day. That I took 2 tablespoons in the morning, and within a couple hours it was gone. And I suffered from that. I really suffered from that condition for a long, long time. Other people didn't really report back or give me any feedback on anything, so I kept looking for something else. Okay, the next 3 on our list are some very special strains. These took me a very, very, very long time to find. They were very difficult to find. And these are more of what people consider the authentic type of sea moss. And why that is because this type of sea moss is grown and harvested off of the rocks, okay? And if you listen to Dr. Sebi's lectures, and I encourage everybody who's into sea moss to go back and listen to as many of them as you can, he will tell you that the sea moss that is grown on the rocks, that's where the sea moss gets its minerals. That's where the mineral content comes from, is the rocks, right? Now, remember I talked about the rope-grown sea moss. Well, that's sea moss that wasn't attached to any rocks, right? And how you can tell is because it has rocks in it. Let's take a look. Let's start with this one right now. This is a Gracialis, golden Gracialis. I just got this in. smells good. That smells like the ocean. Overhead shot, please. Okay, golden Gracilia spaghetti sea moss. Once again, if you listen to Dr. Sebi's videos, this is the type that he was talking about, like a really thin, stringy kind of sea moss. That's, oh my God, it burns my nose. It smells like the ocean. That smells just like the ocean. And this is why, and with these type, and once again, here we go. The most important feature is the rocks. Look at that. It says your rock contents in it. Rocks, again, right there. So if you're seeing your sea moss dealers and they're not showing you how to make their sea moss and inspecting and examining the sea moss, there might be something up with that. I don't know why they wouldn't do that, because I'm very proud to tell you that, you know, I sourced my sea moss for 2 years all over the world. I've talked to dozens and dozens of divers and dozens of wholesalers and just really educated myself on how to find, where to find, and what is the best sea moss available. So here you go. This is Golden Gracilia right here. Smells like the ocean. And whenever you have these stronger, like these rock-grown sea mosses that I'm talking about, as opposed to the first three, which apparently are rope-grown, this has a much stronger smell. This is why whenever you do soak it, you want to soak it with a key lime or a lemon or something like that to cut this, to taste and smell of the ocean down whenever you do make your sea moss. Just makes it a little bit more pleasant whenever you're consuming it. This next one is definitely considered the Cadillac of all sea mosses. It is purple in color, purple Gracialis. And we will be selling this on demand, on made to order, this stuff here, because it's literally twice as expensive. It's very, very pricey. It's not that any of this stuff is cheap, but this stuff is very expensive right here. Overhead shot, please. This is what I consider, and a lot of people consider, and what you should consider, real sea moss. And I'll tell you why. It's one distinguishing factor. And like I'd mentioned, you want sea moss, as per Dr. Sebi, that is grown on the rocks. And why is because that's where the sea moss grabs its mineral content from. So in these other last three sea mosses that we were examining, we did not see any rock activity whatsoever. And on these next three, we are going to see some rock activity. Look at that. Rocks. Little tiny rocks. Little tiny rocks. Little tiny rocks, and sometimes little shells. Different color, different, similar texture. It's like a spaghetti Gracialis, but it's very, the color deviates through the entire specimen, and we have rocks in it. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to get. We will be making this at Sea Soul Sea Moss. This is a much more expensive sea moss, so it'll be made to order. Once again, this is made to order. If you would like that, DM me on Instagram, email me, however you want to do it, and we can discuss how much you want and at the price point at that point. But yeah, this is it's literally twice as much to buy. Look at that! Wow, that's amazing. That's really cool. That's really cool. But yeah, once again, we'll be doing this made to order. This is supposed to be the most superior type of sea moss in the ocean. So once again, the purple. Okay, and once again, we'll be making this made to order. So if people are interested in that, you can DM me directly until we get the website, the option up on the website for you to totally take care of the ordering it there. But you can DM me if you're interested in purple Gracialis. Last one on the list is the golden condors. This is definitely these last three are definitely my favorite. This one right here is the one that we'll be making at Sea Soul Sea Moss. This, whenever you order the jars and buy the jars, this is the stuff you'll be getting from Sea Soul Sea Moss right here. And let me show you about this one here. Overhead shot, please. Okay, and here, last but not least, we have the Jamaican Gold. This is the exact type that we will be selling at Sea Soul Sea Moss. Its reviews are incredible. The apparent mineral benefits that it has is superior to anything else I've ever made over the past couple decades. Definitely over the past 2 years. This stuff right here is very spaghetti-like as well, just like Dr. Sebi said you want to find. Man, it smells like It actually smells like tobacco. This is really wild. It's like ocean tobacco. That's what it smells like, in a good sense. And look at that. There goes our rocks. That's what we're looking for. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, is the rocks. If your sea moss don't have rocks, you're getting rope-grown sea moss, and this is the stuff that has the highest mineral content right here. The rock-grown sea moss. I've been talking to this diver and vendor for a while now, and I'm very happy with this product right here. There's deviations in the color spectrum all throughout the specimen, and like I said, the tiny rocks attached to it let me know that this was harvested off the rocks, and this is like probably the best quality sea moss I've had ever had so far. So once again, when you order from Sea Soul Sea Moss, this is the type of sea moss that you'll be getting. Okay, so I hope that cleared up and answered a lot of your questions. I went over quite a bit of stuff right there. Like I said, it's taken me years to gather that information. Once again, this gold sea moss right here, harvested off the rocks, is the stuff that we'll be selling at Sea Soul Sea Moss. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, it's seasoulseamoss@gmail.com. Find us on Instagram at Sea Soul Sea Moss, and even TikTok, Sea Soul Sea Moss. This is Sax DMA. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.